What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Batters Roof Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. All right, man, what a beautiful morning. They did, in fact, get both games finished Saturday out at the box. The resumption of game one and then obviously game two. And oh boy, was that not good for the Tigers. They didn't just lose, they were embarrassed in those two games. They resumed game one, and thank goodness for Ty Floyd. Ty Floyd pitched the final 6 innings of the game, allowed just one run, a solo homer to Tim Elko. And, that really should have set up LSU in an advantageous situation, because at that point, the only two pitchers who had been used were Hilliard and Floyd. So you had everybody. Everybody you could have possibly wanted for game two and three to use in leverage situations. All as brilliantly as Jay Johnson and Jason Kelly have sort of tried to manipulate that lineup or the rotation. And it just didn't go well from jump. Devin Fontenot got the start, allowed 2 solo homers in the first. He just went in an inning and a third. They brought in Riley Cooper. Cooper immediately gives up a 2-run homer. And then it just never got better. Grant Taylor went just a third of an inning, gave up 3 runs. Blake Money came out of the bullpen, and you really needed Blake Money to just eat up innings at that point because the game was over. And he gave you 3 innings, allowed 3 runs. Did strike out 5, but Trey Schaefer and Vittmeyer came on and pitched the final 2 2/3. So, just a massively disappointing day. You came into this weekend at 14-10 with a shot at a series win against a sub 500 team in conference play to really lock up a regional host site and keep yourself alive for a national seed. Well, national seed's gone now. That's not even realistic anymore. You'd have to win today, sweep Vanderbilt, and win the SEC tournament just to be in the conversation, and that's not going to happen. So, massively disappointing day. We talked about this series coming into it about both teams had a lot to play for. How LSU was fighting for its regional host. It could lock a regional host site, keep alive for a super regional, and Ole Miss was trying to get in the tournament. Came in here at 10-14. Well, they got a road series win now over a top 20 RPI team, and they're probably 2 SEC wins away from guaranteeing themselves a spot in regionals. So you go into today, game 3, and I assume they'll start Dutton. At this point, no reason not to. Yet Dutton, Hasty hasn't pitched yet. I'll go back to my point about starting Hasty in game 2. The reason you don't start him in game 2 is potentially if you want him for multiple games on the weekend. Well, you hadn't used him yet, so what are you doing? So, you'd hope today the combo of Dutton, Hasty, Raiselman, Gervais, could get you to the finish line, but the bats have to show up as well. I'm not just going to put it on the pitch. The pitching was bad, but Doty commits an error. It's like the first 2 games that you were undone by an error and you never came back. Game 1, Mikhail Hilliard in the second has the strikeout. It's going to get you out of the inning. McManus can't block it up. It goes to the backstop, and boom, back-to-back 2-out, 2 RBI hits. You're down 4-2. And then, you're down early in the game yesterday, and then Doty misplays the ball at second, which was, you bring in money, first pitch, he gets a tailor-made double play ball from Elko, just a roller to second, and Doty booted it. So, just so disappointing, man. To have so much on the line and to just not show up. And offensively, they just haven't been good offensively. Dugas was really good yesterday. He went 3 for 5 in game 2. But Pearson was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Cruz, they walked him 3 times. That's the other thing in this lineup, right? With no Jacob Berry, Cruz doesn't have protection. You can't go Dugas, Pearson, Cruz, Berry, Doty. Doty is Cruz's protection, and he was 0 for 3 yesterday. So, Morgan was 2 for 4, a couple of singles. They started Bianco 0 for 3 with a strikeout. They started Travinsky 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. He went with the right-handed dominant lineup, and he put in a bunch of dudes that strike out a lot, and they struck out. So it just came up snake eyes yesterday, man. Just really, really bad, really bad. Got to go win today. All right, let's see. See what y'all got. We'll say some good mornings. Mark, is LSU going to Hattiesburg Regional? Mark, LSU is going to host a regional, bro. They're at 14 wins. They need 2 more. They win today, win 1 at Vanderbilt. They're hosting a regional. Win 1 in the SEC tournament. Stop asking me. I'm dead serious now. Like, you're going to ruin my Sunday. Stop asking me if LSU's going to the Hattiesburg Regional. David Tolson, good morning. Samuel Merrifield, realistic playoff scenarios. So you guys mean regionals. Win today, take 1 in Nashville, and you're 16 wins in SEC play, and you're a regional host. That's realistic. I think at that point it just becomes how high of a top 16 can you get? Which obviously means the better draw, if that makes sense. Like if you're the number 1 seed, you're going to have like the weakest of the 2s in your regional. So, and so on. So, how many games can you win moving forward to better that lot? Kelly Groves, Chuck Bro, good morning. Hey, Dad, good morning. Truax, what's up? Earl, where's the killer instinct, sense of urgency? Yeah, it wasn't there yesterday. They got punched and didn't respond. If you don't win series at Vandy, forget hosting a regional. I disagree with you, Earl. You got to win today, though. Win today, that puts you at 15. 1 game at Vanderbilt puts you at 16. 16 SEC wins get you a regional host site. And, you can go throw in a win in Hoover or 2 for good measure. But you don't need I get why you're overreacting. It's emotional, and I understand. You have a day like that. But keep things into perspective. You're judged on the season as a whole, not a Saturday doubleheader. So it was obviously significant. No, I'm not denying that at all. But let's not be crazy here. Stephen Fry, what's up? Quentin Breakbill. Tyler Coleman, Doty had 2 errors in 1 inning with the ball going under his glove. How hard is it to watch the ball go? Yeah, okay. Let's see. How about my YouTube peeps? Randall Offrek, good morning. I didn't expect Ole Miss to come to the box and get punked. Yeah, I think you had that backwards. Larry Gardner, Trivia Carter, what's up? Sports Fan 79, what's good? Cliff Nelson, good morning. Joseph Fallsgraf, good morning. Ultimate Warrior. If there's one really good thing, last night went to dinner at Supper Club, which is awesome. Y'all are going to hear more about that. So I didn't even know it was coming, but so Brandon and Mackenzie Landry have opened a new restaurant. So the soft opening was the last 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And they open for real on Tuesday. They'll be open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner. And it is very much Vegas or South Beach, Miami dropped into Baton Rouge. It's crazy. Like from the street, there's no windows. There's no windows anywhere. So it's like it's all blacked out. There's a DJ in the restaurant. Like very chic, trendy art. They have like wall art, which is basically like beads that string the length of the like floor to ceiling that are, like, have art on them. But the chandeliers, the carpets are all imported from Europe. That's crazy. I mean, it is Vegas. They took Vegas and put it in Baton Rouge. I mean, there's a lot of places you can get really good meals, but that experience you won't get anywhere else. Not Baton Rouge anyway. Really cool. I mean, really cool place. So that was the highlight of the weekend so far. Let's hope LSU baseball can improve it. Let's see. Taz, what's up, man? Who would have thought two small market teams, Memphis and the Pelicans, could be NBA teams to watch with enthusiasm? Draft is working, you know. Let's see, Rory was shocked to see they decided to start Fontenot game 2. I wasn't. I mean, I think Devin could be good in that role. You know, the thing we knew about Ole Miss is, and we talked about this going in, they're a really good offensive team. They're like 10th in the SEC in batting average, but they're 4th in runs scored because they have a bunch of dudes that can leave the yard. Like they hit a bunch of homers. And we talked about this all last week. Their problem has been they haven't really found consistency on the mound. Dylan DeLucia on Friday has kind of stabilized them. And, you know, the lefty who they threw yesterday, LSU just struggled against lefties. And then they throw Derek Diamond today. And Diamond started the season as a Friday night guy. He's kind of a Blake Money situation. Started the season as a Friday night guy and just has never, I mean, he hasn't made it past 5 innings all season. So, pitching has been their bugaboo. They've lost a lot of one-run games. You know, they kind of, I mean, Ole Miss kind of is, you know, what I assumed they would be. I just thought LSU would hit, and it's hard to ignore the importance of Jacob Berry in the lineup, man. I mean, you take your best hitter out of the lineup, a switch hitter with power from both sides of the plate. I mean, he can spark rallies. He can change games. You know, I miss that guy. Anthony, good morning. What's the silver lining for this debacle? Do you think they will be sent out west again for regionals? I don't think they're going to be sent out west. I think they're going to host a regional still. Again, please keep in mind, they're still at 14 SEC wins. 16 will lock up a regional host site. So you need 2 games. Win today and win one at Vanderbilt, you host. When we talked to Kendall Rogers a few weeks ago, he said 16, even including SEC. So if you won 15 regular season and 1 in the tournament, that would do it. I don't know that I believe that necessarily. But the thing that I would implore you is try to keep some perspective. Like, the committee is not going to judge LSU based on one day. It will be the whole of the resume, and there's a lot of good there. And still work to do. Still opportunities ahead. Jeremy Ham, what's up? Kendall Rogers tweeted they're out of hosting contention. Let me go read exactly what Kendall put, because they're not out of hosting contention. Like, my guess is, Anthony, you misread a tweet because you do that often. You misquoted me on a tweet yesterday, and my guess is what he says, they're out of any type of national seed contention, not hosting contention. Because if LSU goes and sweeps Vanderbilt next week and beats Ole Miss today and wins their Final Four, they're at 18 conference wins, and they're certainly hosting, if not bumping up on possibility of a national seed. So I'm going to go and assume that you misread a tweet, because you do that often, and Mark's comment is absurd about going to Hattiesburg, which he mentions every single day. I'm scrolling his Twitter. He said Tigers are down to 31 in the RPI, out of hosting contention for the time being. Come on, Anthony. Of course, for the time being. When they put out projections on Monday, they won't be in there if they were in there at 15 or 16. And others will have them in there. But come on, man. For the time being, Jesus. Again, I'm stunned that Anthony Guglielmusa misquoted someone or misheard a tweet or misrepresented something to be negative. It's the story of this guy's freaking life. Trying to ruin my Sunday, bro. Let's see. Brett Dagro, what's good? Dat Cajun, typical LSU weekend, set up for you to be successful, and they tank. See, how can you say that? Like, how can you say that's a typical weekend when they've gone out and had really good weekends? When they've gone on the road and won a series against Florida. Like, I don't understand how you can say it's a typical weekend. Like, this team is above 500 in conference play. They're in contention for a regional host. Was it disappointing? Absolutely. But, like, this team has, with no starting pitching, I think exceeded any realistic expectation for them. Like, I understand, like, being disappointed. That's fine. You could be disappointed. You could be upset with the lack of effort and energy yesterday. I'm with all that. I get it. But, like, try to maintain some perspective. Like, the great thing about baseball is you get to play another day. So go out and win today, and then you know what y'all are saying tomorrow. Man, look, go win a series at Vanderbilt and you're regional host again. Man, maybe go win the SEC tournament. Like, that's the conversation you're going to be having in a day. You got to keep some perspective, man. DM Gilmore 78. Who you got in the game sevens today? Give me the home teams. I think it's really hard to win a game 7 on the road. I don't know if I have any, like, statistics or evidence to back that up. Like, I don't know if that's, I mean, I'm sure that home teams have won more game 7s than not. Just give me the home teams. I'll take Boston and Phoenix. Murder Giraffe, what's good? Dad Cajun, why can't Hilliard throw today? Yeah, good question, Dad Cajun. It's because you want him in line to, so this week you have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday against Vanderbilt, right? Because the final week of the regular season, the SEC did this change a few years ago where in the final week of the regular season, the SEC, they move everybody to Thursday, Friday, Saturday because the SEC baseball tournament starts on Tuesday. And so as to make sure that pitching has an extra day of rest to line up, they start the series on Thursday. So you're not going to pitch McHale Sunday and then turn around and pitch him on Thursday. It's too quick of a turnaround. So no, he's not going to pitch today. Randall Offreck, why do you think LSU was so flat? Or is Ole Miss that good? They were the number 1 team in the country 6 weeks ago. Listen, I don't think Ole Miss is that good. I think a couple of things. Number one, the energy yesterday stunk. There's no doubt about it. And the really disappointing part was in games 1 and 2, you had a defensive play in each game that didn't go your way, and it sort of opened the floodgates, and you never got up off the mat. That's the disappointing part. So, and I think not having Jacob Berry matters, absolutely. Not only because you take his bat out of the lineup, but you take protection away from Dylan Cruz. When Berry's behind Cruz, you can't put both those guys on. I mean, you've got to decide to pitch to somebody. And they walked Dylan Cruz 3 times yesterday. They're like, all right, well, you're just not going to beat us. So, what it is. All right. Taz, what position battle are you most intrigued to watch in the coming months? It's the wide receiver wide receiver group for me who makes the top 6 spots. I'd be curious if they keep 6. Position back. Hang on one second. Sorry, my eyes are drying out. I had to go use drops. Let's see. Oh, position battle. Thing is, there aren't many position battles, right? I mean, like, you kind of know who your starters are. If you're talking about your battles for final roster spots, defensive tackle, defensive line, how they make that work. Wendell Norman, what's up? Yeah, Taz, I did see Odell's tweet about bringing me home. He had his chance last year. Armstrong grappling, tough part being down 2-0, and Gervais, Collins, Hasty, Razelman haven't had the ball. Well, exactly, but you're not gonna burn them in game 2 when you're getting smoked. But yes, that was kind of my point about starting Hasty in game 2. Like, you could hold him and try to use him in multiple games, but if the opportunity doesn't present itself to use him in multiple games, then you're in no better situation. Would you do a sign and trade for Zach Levine with the Pelicans giving the Bulls the top 10 pick? Yeah. I don't think the Bulls would do that, but I would. Merrick Bethurn, Joey B, RPI is down. I think we'll have an RPI problem if we only win 2 more SEC games. You got to keep in mind, Joey B, just playing Vanderbilt's RPI. Again, like, I'll try to be patient and explain a lot of this stuff. A big reason that your RPI is down is, yes, losing, but you're playing a team with an RPI in the 50s. Like, that alone is going to hurt you. Vanderbilt is currently 5th in the RPI. Just playing 3 games against Vanderbilt, who's got an RPI in the top 5, is going to raise your RPI. You have an amazing opportunity next weekend. So I'm not worried about the RPI because you'll have those 3 games and you'll have the SEC tournament. Whoever you play in the SEC tournament is going to be another quad 1 RPI opportunity. So don't worry about the RPI. I'm telling you, like, that will work itself out with 3 games ahead against Vanderbilt and the SEC tournament. So that's not a problem. That's not going to be a problem. The question is, can you stack wins? And you've got to hit certain levels and benchmarks in wins here. So you got to win today. I mean, if you don't win today, you put yourself in a situation where you have got to go to Vanderbilt and win that series. You win today, you need to just go get 1 at Vanderbilt to be a regional host. So today's big, man. Today is very big. They got to go get this one today. Merrick, hope the hair fairy didn't take too much of a hit yesterday. The hair fairy did not show up. Erica decided that she was going to go ahead and be a big girl and pay for her hair cut and color yesterday. Is it coaching or players not taking the initiative to improve? It's amazing how y'all can overreact to one day. Yes, defensively, they've not been good all year. But we have not had the meltdown convo about defense for a while now. It showed up yesterday. And my guess is whenever this season ends, it's probably going to be because of something similar. They get handcuffed by a left-handed pitcher. Defense kicks a few balls around, and that's probably how this team season will end. They're a flawed team, no doubt. But I also think it could be fun watching them try to make a run. Like we saw last year when they went up to Oregon and won a regional. When people like Anthony would just crap on them. I can't imagine being that guy. Like where LSU could win 30 games in a row and he'd never say anything, but let them lose 2 games in a doubleheader and he's the first one to comment. Like I just can't imagine being that like emotionally shallow of a fan. Like, do you ever get any enjoyment out of anything, or are you always just awaiting the negative? Let's see. At least Auburn's taking the first 2 from Bama. See, that's not a good thing though, sports fan 79. Like LSU needed Auburn and A&M to lose. Like those were the teams that you were jockeying with in position, kind of for that host. So you wanted Arkansas, Auburn, A&M all to lose, and they didn't. So they haven't got much help this weekend. All right, David Lebeau. Still think LSU's done well so far, considering they don't have quality starting pitchers that can get you through 6 innings consistently. It's remarkable that they are where they are. What grade would you give Johnson based on what you've seen so far? The team is frustrating to watch sometimes. But you got to keep in mind what the hand he was dealt. He had no starting pitching. So, yep, he absolutely could have used the transfer portal like everyone else. And he did. And he went and got guys like Bryce Collins and Brazelman, and obviously brought in Jacob Berry. And some guys have worked out and some haven't. Like Trey Schaefer was a transfer portal guy, trying to bring in a left-hander from Southeastern, and he hadn't really worked out. He hadn't really got a rule. Developing a guy like Jacob Hasty is amazing. Spotting Paul Gervais in JUCO and bringing him in, turn him into your closer is amazing. Bringing in Brazelman, I mean, they've done a lot of really good this year. I just think he has had to overmanage every situation because you don't have 3 dudes on the weekend that you can give the ball to and say, go get me 6 innings. You don't have that. So he's had to manage every leverage situation. I think he's done as good a job as you can hope for. And if you're giving Jay Johnson a D for this season, you are stupid. Let me rephrase. You're not stupid. That is a stupid comment. That is very stupid. And that's one of the reasons why talking to LSU baseball fans sometimes absolutely nauseates me, because it's proof over and again that LSU baseball fans are really just football fans filling their time in the spring. Because if you can't look at what this staff has done with this roster and put them in the position they are right now, when you started this season with Blake Money and Ty Floyd in your rotation, who was the Sunday guy the first week of this? It might have been McHale. And you've had to take 5th-year McHale Hilliard, who hasn't started really consistently since he was a freshman, and turn him into your Friday night guy. And then you've had a freshman and Sam Dutton going as your Sunday guy. If you can't understand how this coaching staff has squeezed every bit of juice out of this team, it's so annoying. It is so annoying, man. Matthew Kuhn, pitching rotation seemed backwards yesterday, out of whack. Need to get some kind of momentum. See, here's the thing, Matthew. And so I kind of agree with you, but I also understand. I'll say this about baseball, and I say this often. If baseball is a game of failure, you fail 70% of the time, you're in the Hall of Fame. You know that adage. So as a coach, if you have sound logic behind the strategic decision you make, then I can live with the results. Sometimes it just doesn't work. So yesterday, we had talked so much about, Money struggling as that number 2 starter and them needing to make a change there. And so they did. And he went with Devin Fontenot, who's a veteran guy. He's a fifth-year guy who has extended at times in his career, and in a key spot gave a veteran the ball, and he gave up 2 homers in the first. It didn't work. Like, sometimes it happens. But I understand the strategy. I personally would have liked to have seen, we talked about it, Jacob Hasty in the number 2 spot. You would have gone righty, lefty, righty. And, you know, I think he's kind of earned that opportunity now. Maybe they give him the ball today. Don't know. Maybe they start Dutton. Maybe they start Hasty. We'll see what they do. But, you know, yeah, I mean, it's easy to say in hindsight that it was kind of out of whack and backwards, but I understand making a change with the game 2 starter, and it didn't work yesterday. Happens. Bubba Tatum, congrats to Lutcher Baseball and 3A state championship. All right. Yeah, man, congrats to all the high school kiddos, the young men who are playing for state championships and have a great opportunity to create some memories. Hope it all goes well for them. Let's see. Patrick Cason, what's up? Billy Freeman, how bad is Barry's finger? So the ESPN broadcast did an in-game interview with him yesterday, and he said it's getting better every day. And the fact that he doesn't have a splint on it or anything, I think is encouraging. I don't know how long he'll be out. I mean, they said it's a hairline fracture, so, you know, that's a pain tolerance thing. I don't know that he'll be... I don't know that he'll be playing third base. I mean, you've got to be able to grip the ball and throw it across the diamond. So I think it would be more likely that he's in there as a DH. So, I mean, unless he feels good enough to throw it, which would be great. Bob Poole, yesterday was brutal. Maybe the Tigers can salvage a win today. They need to, Bob. They need to. Kirk, what's up? Greg Phillips. Rode, you all these fair weather fans are melting. It's just it's just so crazy. Like, and I know I get frustrated sometimes, and I apologize for that. I'm not trying to like ruin anybody's Saturday or Sunday morning. I mean, I guess you could always just not watch, but like it is baseball. You lose games in baseball. Was yesterday disappointing? Absolutely. I mean, it was a huge opportunity at home against a team sub 500 in conference play, and you lost you lost 2 games in a day. I mean, you lost a ton of ground that you had worked so hard to build up. Yes, that's frustrating. I totally get it. But if you melt and act like the season's over, I mean, Ole Miss is throwing Derek Diamond today. He has had a really rough year. He is a righty that feeds right into what LSU does well offensively. You'll stack your lefties in the lineup. This is a day where you DH Braden Joubert and expect him to have a good day swinging the bat against a fastball throwing righty. You know, you probably have your 2 freshmen in the lineup today with Stevenson and Pearson from the left side. You DH Dugas today. You know, question is, what do you do at third? Maybe it's Cranford just for the glove, whatever. But it's just like this is one, and then you've got everybody at your disposal to go win one game. So if you start Hasty or start Dutton, whichever way you want to go, and then you've also obviously got, as you mentioned, Cooper and Gervais and Razelman available. I mean, this is one where you just got to swing the bat. You've got the pitching to get through today. You got to swing the bat and go get a win. And go get this win, and then win on Tuesday. And that, well, actually, are they done with midweeks, or do they have it? I actually don't even know if they play this week. They do play Northwestern State. So, you know, go win that one, and then go to Vandy and see if you can win a series. If not, win a game and put yourself at 16, which should have you as a regional host. And if you need to go win one game in Hoover, go win one game in Hoover. Taz, does Nick Saban deserve a statue outside of LSU Stadium for setting up the football program for success? I think so, Taz. I mean, I do. I like the idea of having, you know, if you're going to honor all of your coaches that won, which mean less obviously Paul Dietzel, but Les and Ed also. You win it. I'm cool with like at Bama they got that sort of rotunda where they have the statues of all the coaches that won national championships. I'm good with it. Joseph Fallsgraf, Scone, lots of people, fans or prisoners of the moment, are short-sighted because of the passion. I get it, Joseph, I do. And that's why I'm trying to be more measured, but like when it's nothing but like Chicken Littles, it's so hard sometimes to just be tempered. So, my apologies. Ask E-Rock. If she gets up, D. If she gets up. She and Drew are sleeping right now. PJ, what's up? Ready for some LSU football? Go Tigers. All right, man. Tim Gotro, Dat Cajun, why does LSU have so much trouble with left-handers? So that's the point. Then you say, can we get a left-hander to throw BP all season? So that's kind of the problem, right? Your only lefties are Cooper, Hasty, you have Schaefer as well, but no one on the coaching staff is a lefty there to throw BP. And when Skip was the coach, Dan Canterbury was a lefty, and so Dan would throw BP. And Dan, I'll tell you this, Dan works, I was having this conversation with him a couple weeks ago. Dan works for TAF right now, and they actually petitioned to have him come throw BP. And he couldn't because he's not officially on staff. But like they were gonna have Dan Canterbury come throw BP just to see a release point from the left side. So I remember that happened a couple of years ago with Maneri when they didn't have any lefties on staff. They talked about having Daniel Cabrera throw BP just to have someone who throws left-handed throw BP. But one could do that. But yeah, that's a big part of it when you don't see it. But they have undeniably had trouble against lefties this year. Bruce Almighty, what's up? Taz, Matt, do you get a press pass for Saints games to be on the sideline? I do not go cover the games. I do not go down to cover the games. I do not. Brett Dagro, this team can still be dangerous, especially if Floyd come on as the second starter with our bullpen. I don't think Floyd is the guy that'll be in line to be the second starter. I'm curious to see if they throw Hasty today. But yes, Floyd. If Floyd can develop some consistency, that is significant. Who's the GOAT LSU baseball player of all time? Most people tell you Ben McDonald, only Golden Spikes Award winner, number 1 pick of the draft. Ben. I think Aaron Nola actually had a better career than Ben. That's controversial for a lot of people, but when you actually go look at it, Nola was there. If you're talking about position players, Todd Walker, Eddie Furness, Bregman. There have been a lot of good ones. Last hosting spots will probably come down to LSU, A&M, and Auburn. Not all three are going to host. I disagree with you. It is not inconceivable that you could have 6 regional hosts from the SEC, or even 7. That's not inconceivable. The committee isn't going to say, "Oh, it's too many SEC teams." It's just not how it works. Hang on one second, Drew's awake. All right. All right, y'all smash the like button if you would. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Remember, need an orthopedist, after hours clinic is open today, every weekend. You can always bypass the ER, go straight to Brock. And Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. A lot of bad weather came through on Friday. Would love to give you a free, no obligation roofing inspection. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Samuel Smith, more Matt. Maybe we shouldn't want to host a regional. Team seems to play better on the road for some reason. I don't know why, Sam. I mean, the only thing I've said on that is sometimes, where opponents have come into the box over the years, that environment has swallowed them up. And I think maybe it's happening potentially to LSU a little bit, the pressure of playing there. I don't know if there's any validity to that whatsoever, but it is bizarre, isn't it? Sometimes teams just do come together better on the road. Dave Vender, pitching staff has done well. Johnson using it like pieces of puzzle has been masterful. Shame when he makes a move, pitcher makes the pitch, ball gets kicked. I mean, that's true. Like that happened yesterday with Blake Money. He went to Blake Money with Elko up. Money threw a great pitch, got Elko to roll over one to second base, and Doty booted it. I mean, you'd love to see Money in that situation bear down, come back and flush and get the next guy, but he didn't, Let's see. Joseph Fallsgraf question. Coach O gets killed for leaving Brian Kelly with roster holes. How come Maneri gets a pass for leaving this roster? Very little pitching and other holes. I don't think he gets a pass. I think that's in part why he's not the coach anymore. I mean, that's real. Alex, I'll keep it positive here. That dude Hilliard with the Elvis glasses on yesterday is beyond cool. Let's see. Oops. Brian Penn, Tommy Poole, good morning. Tracy Poole, good morning. Bruce Almighty, why so much negativity? Because LSU baseball. I mean, if you really want like my legit answer to it, it's because whatever. Like most people that are LSU baseball fans are not baseball fans. They're supporting LSU because it's purple and gold and it wins. And if it does, they're passionate. I get it. That's awesome. I'm fine with it. But too many fans take a football mentality in baseball, which you cannot do. Like, you're going to lose games. You're going to lose series. Like, it's not like, 10-0 LSU losing to 3-7 Ole Miss in Tiger Stadium. It's different. It's very different. Like, but too many people take a football mentality in baseball. And I think you should never lose to a lesser team. Like, it's baseball. It happens. Do I accept a sweep and be pleasantly surprised if we win, or be hopeful and hate everything, including my dog and my family, if we lose again? No, I think LSU will salvage one today. This has a very similar feel to the A&M series, where you went in feeling really confident, you dropped the first two games and didn't show up, and then you needed to have it on Sunday and got it. It feels like that, and I think they will. I think LSU will get it today. Mostly because I think Derek Diamond will be the least of Ole Miss's starting pitchers. It's a good matchup for LSU's offense, you know, and you've got Hasty, Dutton, Razelman, Gervais. You got everybody today that you need to go run through this and try to get a win. Murder Giraffe, rain delay doubleheaders killed us last year as well. Yeah, I mean, it is worth wondering, how different might game one have been if you didn't have the delay and Hilliard was able to continue. I mean, maybe not, because they brought DeLucia back and he pitched brilliantly. And Floyd pitched really well for you. So maybe not at all. Keaton Berry, my prediction for this weekend was way off. I'm sure a lot of people's were. I thought they'd win 2 out of 3. I thought they'd win the series. Let's see. Taz, what's the word in LSU's quarterback battle? Nothing new, man. Just find out whenever we get into fall. Keaton, LSU made Saban. He needed LSU to win a championship, and LSU needed him to be relevant. LSU's about to make Brian Kelly, too. That's true. Brett Dagro, Nick has to retire before that statue can go up. I'm with you on that. It's fine, but do I think it should happen? Absolutely. Merrick, good morning. Ryan Pike, Matt, do you have a super early dark horse candidate in the NFL? Mine's the Colts. The AFC is going to be a bloodbath this year. LMAO. I guess Matt Ryan in Indy would be interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily a dark horse, but I'd probably give you the Broncos with Russ. Would that count as a dark horse? Anytime I see the word inconceivable, I think of Princess Bride. Marriage. Love that movie. Marriage is what brings us together today. If you're the Saints, would you make a call to the Eagles for Boston Scott? Nope. I'm not trading for a player. Let's see. Spurge, good morning. David Bowden, good morning. LSU does not have consistent pitching to make a run. Well, you'd have to define make a run. I don't think they'll win the national championship. But they have enough pitching to get through a regional, especially if they host it. And can they win a weekend somewhere in a super regional, which is just go win a weekend? Sure. It happens every year. I don't think they can win in Omaha over 2 weeks. That is, I think, a problem. But can they play well enough over 2 weekends to get there? Sure they can. I don't know if they will, but they can. D.A. Matt. I should know this. Where did Ron Guidry play his college baseball? I'm in Franklin. I remember he gave Mercedes SL300 to Dr. Kidd, the eye doctor in Franklin. Pretty cool. I don't know. Did Ron Guidry play in college? I went to ULL. Or USL, I'm sure, at the time. Trivia, what would make this day better? Bring in E-Rock. I just went in there to get Drew out of bed, and E-Rock said, how much longer are you doing your show? We got stuff we have to do. Because I'm going to the baseball game today. So we got clients going to the baseball game. So I'm leaving here at like noon. So she may not want to come in here and do Ask E-Rock. Mountain Dew, good morning. Tommy Poole, you want relevant 2019? Let's see. Ole Miss isn't ATM, though. I mean, Ole Miss was ranked number 1 in the country at one point. Like, do you not realize that? Like, they have their entire offense back from a team that was in the Supers a year ago. Like, pitching hasn't worked out for them. But they've, like LSU, adjusted a lot of things. DeLucia was a reliever now that they've made their Friday night guy, and he's pitched really well. And then this freshman lefty has come on. So they're a much better team today than they were 3 weeks ago. And similarly, when LSU played A&M, nobody thought A&M was anything. And then come to find out, like, they actually had they pieced it together pretty nicely under Schlossnagle here in year one. Let's see. I'm going to go quickly. I'll kind of have to wrap this up a little bit. I know you want to do Ask E-Rock. I don't think we're going to have the luxury of that today. Jimmy Bourgeois, do you think they'll pitch Hilliard today? I do not, Jimmy, because you got a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series against Vanderbilt. So if you want Hilliard for Thursday, you're not throwing him today. Why don't you send the Taft stuff? What does that mean, Rocky Jacques? And why do you curse? This is Morning Scone. You don't curse on Morning Scone. Craig Dugas, baseball, football. Man, we have basketball school. We're back to that, huh? Say postseason ban is put on us. If we go on a run, do we still get to claim the SEC, or is that part of the ban? Well, you should be able to win the regular season. I don't think you could play in the tournament. I'd have to check, but I don't think you can play in the SEC tournament. But regular season, you could. Glenn Garner, Morning Matt's second game was embarrassing. It was. Dave Ender, can you still buy tickets at the gate? Yeah, for standing room only if they're sold out. Hey, Raymond, good morning. If we get Barry back for SC tournament, we'll be fine. As far as pitching, look at Coastal Carolina a couple years ago. I get it, not a great comp. That Coastal team was such a veteran team, man. Like, you may not have known the names, but like all those dudes are like fifth-year dudes. They were just a really good college baseball team. Merrick, any word on Kamara's legal issues? No, the next hearing isn't even until August, so it's unlikely you see the NFL punish until that situation works itself out. Sunlight does not exist in Anthony's world. It's kind of true, Eugene. At least as a sports fan, it doesn't. As a person, he might be a wonderful person. But as a sports fan, it's a pretty miserable existence. Let's see. Barry, you know nothing, Scone. We're going to the Hattiesburg Regional, and Taysom is the greatest quarterback in the NFL. Thank you. I needed that, even though your name is ridiculous. All right. I want to do this before we go. This will make me feel better.
Someone you know, Scone and Terrio. All you need is Hardco. Call Hardco Roofing.
364-1007. So real quick, by the way, Terrio just texted me. I saw the drop down on my phone. So when you call 364-1007, so we have a service that rings our office line, but also rings forward to several people's cell phones. So that way, like, we should always have someone available to answer the phone at HUDCO. And one of those people is Terrio. So if you call 364-1007, there's a chance Terrio will answer the phone. Now, he's got his phone on him right now. 364-1007. Let us come do that free, no obligation roofing inspection. Just look up at your roof. Does it look junky? When was the last time you had a roof inspection? How old is your roof? Do you know? Let us come do a free, no obligation roofing inspection. I'm not selling you anything. Like, the inspection's important. We'll come to the house. We'll get up on the roof, walk it, mark it, chalk it, all that sort of stuff. See damage, recommend filing a claim. Jeez. We'll do it for you. We'll help you file with the insurance. Get that thing done. Let us help you. 364-1007 or HUDCOroofing.com. Tracy Poole, I hear my buddy in the background. Hey, Drew. Yes, Drew is awake. Drew! Drew, you want to come say hi to Dad's show? Drew, you want to come say hi to Dad's show? No. Drew, come see. Drew? Bummer. Jeff Bone, Curtis Catholic for all the marbles. Yeah, man. See how that goes today. I'm just glad Catholic beat Jesuit. I honestly don't really know much about either team, Catholic or Curtis. So, of course, always pulling for the Bears. I'm just really glad we beat Jesuit so I can laugh at Gordy. Let's see. And U High and who are they playing? I know U High's playing for state today too as well. Kind of pulling for U High. Not kind of, I am. I know a lot of people who have kids on the U High team, so really pulling for them too today. I know Michael Bonnett's son plays at U High. Craig Green's son plays at U High. And then the pitcher who's been awesome in this postseason for U High went to St. Jude where Erica works. So, yeah, so we'd love to see that. We'd love to see that. We'd love to see U High get it done today. So we'll see. Dave Vinder, still thankful to HUDCO for fixing my 1-year-old house roof leak. Gotcha, Dave. If it's a roof repair, replacement, soft wash, tile, metal, don't matter. Commercial, residential, we'll do it all. Appreciate you. All right, y'all, I think we're just about done. So, for those of you that wanted Ask E-Rock, my apologies, but Erica is not going to do Ask E-Rock today, apparently. Erica? All right. Tigers at 1 o'clock. I'll be in that number today. So, go Tigers. Y'all check out Supper Club, too. They said they've already got like 1,300 reservations on the books. They open on Tuesday. They haven't even formally opened yet to the public, and they've got 1,300 reservations on the book. So if you want to go try Supper Club, my recommendation would be to call and get a reservation for like 2 or 3 weeks from now when you'll be able to get in. But it's on Perkins, like direct. If you know where Fresh Market is in Perkins Row. Yeah, they want to do Ask E-Rock. Oh, she said today, hey, if y'all have questions, you better post them now.
I'm here for 2 questions.
She said she's not coming in here for 2 questions. Trivia, here's your shot. Here's your shot, Trivia. Get your questions in. D is in here as well. All right, here's your shot. If you have questions, she will get your Ask E-Rock question. So let's go. Trivia, if you're still there, hurry. Did I miss any? I'm pretty sure Drew's watching the beginning of Lion King now. I definitely heard the. Seriously, I think it's time for Mr. Terrio, for Mr. The Riot to give the team another speech on the air. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Have a feeling LSU will be a 16, be paired with Tennessee. Would you rather host and be a 16 or be a 19-20 and beat the 13 seed in a regional and not be paired with Tennessee? I'd always rather host a regional than not. So let's host. Postseason baseball at the box is way more fun. All right, Erica, they're stacking up the Ask E-Rocks. Let's go. We ready. You'll have to ask her about Supper Club. Ooh, some good ones in here already today. How many of you, by the way, 73 still there. Please smash that like button if you haven't done so yet. Just takes a quick second. Definitely helps with the algorithm and all that stuff. It doesn't show me anymore how many live viewers we have on Facebook. But I see your questions there, Craig Dugas. Richie Burt. Oh, Matt McMahon was at Supper Club last night. It was crazy. So they like the soft opening they did was it was 3 days and it was very much it's interesting. You could tell it was very much like a like influencer circle type crowd. It's going to be like the see and be seen place in town. Scott Woodward was there with Matt McMahon. Richard and Susan Lipsy were there. Julio Malera, Craig Green, saw them. Megan Making Money was there last night. Mincy. Behind us were two LSU Board of Supervisors members. Yeah, and it was like that for 3 straight nights. So you can tell it's really smart too. The objective is, just be the thing everybody's talking about, and they will be. Really, really smart. All right, Erica. Oh, she's making her coffee. All right, give me some other questions then while she makes her coffee. She's hanging around. Ooh, if we had Coogan's frogs, this season would be different. I agree with you, Merrick, as a matter of fact. I miss those frogs. I miss doing the companion shows. That was a lot of fun last year. I'm watching SportsCenter in here, and it's just hockey. Just all hockey. Just not super interested there. Well, anybody got anything else that I can talk about until E-Rock decides to come in here? Someone asked about, there it is. Dad Cajun said, why are people obsessed with Tyrann Mathieu wearing number 7 in the pros when he's never worn it? I am in complete agreement with you. By the way, I don't think he's going to, because that's Taysom's number, and I don't think Taysom's giving it up. Not only that, I don't care what number he wears. Like, the whole jersey number thing, I don't care. Especially like the LSU 7 and 18 thing. Like, who cares? I mean, my point has always been, I'd rather be the best to ever wear a certain number than be the next to wear 7. Or like, let me be, like, Stingley should have stayed 24. He could have been the best 24 in LSU history. Anyway. Randall Alfrecht, Matt, Vandy's coming on as of late. Do you think LSU could go in their park and take 2? Can they? Sure, it's baseball. I think Vanderbilt is a good baseball team. It's honestly very surprising to see the struggles they have had. But if I had asked you that yesterday at 10:59 a.m. before the restart of game number 1, would you have had a much different answer than you have today? You know what I mean? Vandy lost a series to South Carolina. They got swept by Tennessee. They lost a series to Auburn. They took 2 out of 3 from Florida, took 2 out of 3 from Kentucky, lost a series to A&M, and then they won the Georgia series, and then they won game 1 against Arkansas. So, Vandy could actually do LSU some favors if they beat Arkansas. Erica, you're dawdling. It does not take a long time for a Keurig to brew coffee. It takes 60 seconds max, which takes 10 seconds. Well, what you been doing this whole time? No, Erica. Saints are stacking skills. The league knows it. Randall, how much does the season change for LSU if they lose today? 1-0 and lose, by the way. Sorry, Randall, I'm not calling you out. I'm physically incapable of not pointing that out. Anyway, Yeah, so if they lose today, then I would say they have to win the series at Vanderbilt to be a regional host. If they win today, they need one game next week. 16 really, I think, is that magic number for them. You get to 16 SEC wins, you're a regional host. So you get to 16, and when we talked to Kendall a few weeks ago, he said 16 including SEC tournament. So if you're 15 regular season, 1-1 at Hoover, that would put you at 16.
You don't realize how long it takes to cook coffee in there.
I don't realize how long it takes to cook coffee.
It takes a while.
I mean, do you realize that I have coffee
Mine takes
every
I do a
single...
10 cup. I do a 10 cup. Mine's longer.
All right, Erica's here,
I have to do 2 more cups than you. So
which takes about an extra 10 seconds.
Okay.
All right, Ask E-Rock. This is Joey B19. Do you wish baseball games were longer?
I despise the length of a baseball game. It takes up all day. Like today, you're going to the game. It's all day. You're gonna leave here. You're gonna go there. It's gonna be all day. It's basketball is the way to go.
Football games are like 4 hours.
I don't mind football. I like football. Basketball games are the way to go. You're in. You're out. Done.
True.
Baseball needs to shorten to 7 innings. I've said that many times.
D.
Nuts.
Ask E-Rock, what are your plans today?
Well, Matt's going to the baseball game, so I'm going to plant some plants. Going to clean up outside after the show. We're going to empty out our storage unit, our storage room in the patio before Matt leaves. We're doing that. I'm going to also go to Alexander's before Matt leaves. I got a lot to get done before you leave. Yeah, I got to cook. And then I'm going to clean up a lot today outside. So I have a great day of fun things planned.
Randall Offrecht. Ask E-Rock, is the hair fairy dead?
Yeah, it died yesterday. It sure they didn't visit me. Never got a text. Why didn't you use the Amex without permission? I made it pretty clear I was hoping she'd visit. I had to buy product, and I had to have color and cut. Do you know how much money I spent yesterday of my own?
No.
A lot.
By the way, last week when you went and saw Luis, you didn't get a text. You just used it.
No, I asked you. Yes, I did.
And I did the same thing last week that I did yesterday. I went.
No, you said yes, you can get your nails done.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. I never use it without asking you.
Ask E-Rock. Trivia Carter.
Hi, Trippy.
Will LSU stop breaking my heart in baseball?
I hope so, because I'm tired of watching you mope around, too. Be all sad. Why are you going to get sad over baseball? They play 800 games.
Merrick Mathern, ask E-Rock your thoughts on the Supper Club.
It's pretty intense. It's amazing.
Intense.
I don't know where we were last night. I left Baton Rouge for about 3 hours. It was awesome. It was incredible. Shout out to Brandon Landry and his wife, who's smoking hot. My God. How are those two people real? Anyway, it was amazing. I mean, I don't know what to tell you to expect, but don't expect anything like you've ever seen here before, for sure. Like I was telling you, like if we were in Vegas and we went there, I'd be like, oh, this is so cool. But like doing it here was like, what the,
Yeah, we were talking to Brandon last night. He was right. He's like, there's a lot of places you can get a good meal and good food and all that. It's like, but the experience. He had a good analogy. He said, why does a hot dog taste better at a ballpark? You can eat a hot dog at your house. It's better at the ballpark. You know, the environment, the experience matters. So he's right. It will be an experiential place for life.
No matter where I eat a hot dog, it's going to be nasty. So
but you understand his point.
Yeah. It's like when I drink my emergency in a fancy glass. Remember? I was telling that? Somebody that the other day. Oh, that was at the Garth Brooks thing. Yeah, like when I'm drinking emergency, if it's in a fancy glass, it's way better than just in a cup.
Craig Dugat, ask E-Rock, besides getting shot in the back of the head, did you know Abraham Lincoln was a state champion wrestler?
I don't know much about presidents, no. But thank you.
Ask E-Rock, Richie Bird. Ask E-Rock, has she replaced her Will Wade crush with Matt McMahon?
Nope. No, I love Will Wade. Nobody's ever going to take his place. Every day I drive out his house on my way to work. No for sale sign yet. I think he's sticking around.
Richie Bird, ask E-Rock, Supper Club. How do you feel about no windows?
I love it. You feel like you're in an underground like cave. You feel like you're like in some like secret. I got stuck in the bathroom last night. I could not figure out how to get out. It's like a single bathroom. Like there's not multiple stalls, right? So there's like a room you go by yourself down this dark hallway, and you can't really see the door. And so when you get in there, everything's black. Everything is black. The sink is automatic. Like I accidentally put my purse down. The sink comes on. I didn't know how to turn it off. And then again, I was trying to get out.
I was wondering why you were taking so long.
I could not get out. The lady had to come get me. The attendant lady.
No.
So I was turning the door, like she could hear me in there, like trying to get out. And
You have to pull.
Well, I was turning the lock wrong, and so finally I heard her on the other side, and then she opened the door, and I'm like, oh my god, I was going like underground. But Megan making money got stuck in there too. She told me.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
So you're not the only ones, by the way.
What? You getting stuck? Yeah, no, Megan got stuck.
Ronnie Rance got stuck too. He had to text someone to come get him.
It's a hard concept to get out of the bathroom. Please tell Ronnie I had to get somebody to come get me.
You turn the handle and pull the door.
Nope.
Anyway, Richie, Matt, who do you think McMahon gets with his final roster spot? I don't know. No idea. Craig Dugas, why are people obsessed with LSU players on the Saints? Don't know.
I think it's awesome. I'm loving it. Message to the youth is back.
Message to the youth.
I've always
Craig's
been a
right.
huge Honey Badger fan. Always been a huge Honey Badger fan.
Craig Dugas, the Wade Brigade will live on forever.
Because it will.
Merrick Bethune, Ask you. Oh, thoughts on Supper Club. We just did that one. Taz, Ask you Rock. Pancakes or French toast?
Pancakes. Love pancakes.
Trivia Carter, Ask you Rock. Would you eat a dolphin burger for $500,000?
No.
You wouldn't eat a dolphin for $500,000?
No. Was it cooked?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it meant just like a dolphin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. $500,000? Sure, I'll do it.
D.
No, it's
Ask you Rock. What grade would you give the LSU baseball team?
F.
Don't.
Because you're so mopey with them. I don't know about the way they affect you right now.
Why
It's bothersome.
can't you just understand that as a fan, you're going to have an emotional reaction, and you're disappointed when they lose, and you're happy when they win, and that's okay. I didn't
Because it
care.
affects me.
Was I like that all last night?
No, but it's like, hey.
So you're on the phone with me for like while I'm watching them implode,
I'm like, what's
and what do you
wrong?
want me to do?
What's wrong, babe?
You call me
LSU.
while I'm watching
Okay.
while I'm watching them implode.
They play 800 games, Matt. If it was football, there's only
It was
15.
a big game.
No, it wasn't a big
It
game.
was a big game. It was.
Okay,
They're near
but
the end of the season.
There's so many of them.
But they're near the end of the season. They're trying to play themselves into a regional host, so it matters. Let's see. Taz. Oh, Ask you Rock. Rock and roll or country music?
Well, definitely country music because I have become a country lover ever since Garth Brooks' concert. All the very nice country people. Country people are the nicest humans I've ever met. I love them. I've been wearing my old cowgirl boot earrings more and more, even though I'm not going to a cowgirl party. I love country. I love country people. I love country music. Country all the way.
Randall Offrecht.
Garth Brooks groupie. Yeah.
I read that one already. Alex, Ask you Rock. What grade would you give Matt as a roommate in your house?
Oh, he gets like he would get an A, but he snores. So he gets an A during wake hours. During sleep hours, he gets about a D when he's sleeping. But during wake hours, which are more important, there's more wake hours because I'm only asleep for like 3 hours next to you probably. So 3 hours of my day, you bother me. The rest, you get A plus, bud.
D.
Hey, isn't that nice? You should be happy.
Yeah.
You don't care if you get A plus.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
D.
Nuts.
Ask you Rock. What do you put in your coffee that makes you take an hour to make it?
People, I think it took about 5 minutes. I brew 10 cups of coffee because I need a lot because I want it weak. Then I add Splenda and then I add creamer and the creamer turns it white. It makes it cold, so I have to stir it up and put it in the microwave for 40 seconds. Then I take it out. I do a sip to make sure it's hot enough. I put it back in the microwave for about 5 to 10 seconds and I take it out again. That's it. That's all I do. Nothing fancy. Next.
Raymond, Ask you Rock. Are you over the Will Wade firing yet, considering how Matt McMahon is doing so far?
I don't know anything about my man. I'm not at Will Wade. I see his house every day, and I agree with Sophia, my niece. Every day we're like, oh, there's Will Wade's house. Oh, every single day we say that, and we say oh as we drive by. And we see this little girl swing hanging from their front porch. Oh.
Tracy Poole asks E-Rock, favorite coffee pod flavor?
Dunkin' regular.
How many have you had? K-Cups.
How many? Not many.
So you're asking the wrong person. You're asking someone that only drinks Dunkin' Donuts regular. Ask E-Rock, is it cook coffee or brew coffee? Asking for a friend, LOL.
Cooked.
Taz, ask E-Rock, what's your favorite pastime?
Pastime? Right now, my favorite thing to do is to ride with you in the golf cart. Because he watches the speedometer and he's like, says the number that flashes up. And he's like, I see 20. I see, and then it's like changing because I'm trying to keep it a steady number for him. But he's like 8, 7, 16. He's like, what's the number doing? It's so funny. It was so cute. I tell you the other day, it was so cute.
Bengal Tiger said, I'm helping the wife with the plant state, listening to the Tigers on the radio. Do I get points?
That's awesome. Matt should take some hints.
Ask E-Rock, gumbo or jambalaya?
Cold weather, seafood gumbo by Barry Keller only. Summer weather, jambalaya.
Ask E-Rock, what type of food do they serve at Supper Club?
Well, looked like they had like some chicken, seafood, and steak were your 3 options for main meals.
Well, last night there was like limited, since it was like the soft opening, they just had certain things available. But they had steak. I mean, they got ribeye, filet, strip. They had Chilean sea bass. Erica got some, what'd you get?
Scallops.
Erica got scallops. They had a chicken entree. A lot of good stuff. I had a wedge salad.
That dumpling appetizer thing was good.
Oh, yeah.
Those spoons.
That was really good.
That was.
That was really good. Oh, and they also had a bluefin tuna appetizer, too. It was really good. It's really good.
Those rolls were good. What were those?
I don't know.
Oh, they said John Foltz makes those rolls for them.
Yeah, for them. That's right. Ask E-Rock, hazelnut or French vanilla?
I don't like hazelnut. No French vanilla.
Glenn Garner, I've been to more than 600 concerts. Got in 2 fights. Both
600 concerts.
Both at country shows.
No way, Glenn. Glenn, I don't believe you. Country people are the nice, and everybody I tell that to, they agree. Every time I say that comment to someone, they're like, "You are so right. They are so nice." That herd of people we got stuck in, everybody was like, "Woohoo! Hey, it's country! Woohoo!" I mean, like no one was like, "No, bad," you know, like they were all just like very much like.
I was delayed at the elevator
because you have a temper problem. You've got an anger management problem.
That woman, her attitude sucked.
It did suck, babe, but like you get too just reactive. You know how many people I deal with that suck on a daily basis?
No.
I do a lot.
So?
I can't react that way. I can't lose my cool like that.
Do you think I deal with awesome people all day?
No, but I'm just saying, like I deal with sucky people too. I can't lose my cool. It's not good for your health.
I think it's not good to hold things in.
Like in the car yesterday, we got so mad at somebody who wasn't going on the green light, and I'm like,
what are you doing?
How do you live like that?
How do you live being so passive?
I'm not passive. I mean, I'm like,
I'm in the left lane going.
Could you go, please?
I'm in the left lane. I'm in the left lane of life with the pedal up to the metal, and you're in the right lane with the cruise control set on 55, reading your phone.
I understand. Maybe she was looking down. Maybe
then
she
look
was
up.
Daydreaming.
You're driving.
Okay,
look up.
But maybe she wasn't. I mean,
look up. You're driving.
You have no patience for people.
Put your phone down.
Anymore. You used to be patient.
Put your phone down.
You when you first met me, you were so patient because I am a lot to deal with, and I'll tell you that in a heartbeat. I am a lot, and you used to be so patient. That's the older you get, you're becoming like your gramps, and you're becoming old and grumpy and just. You need to be more patient. It's nuts.
Ask E-Rock, how's Colonel Pickering doing?
Colonel Pickering, shout out Trey Fisher. He's still my guy. I mean, he's the best. I wonder what he's doing over the summer.
David LeBeau, hi E-Rock. I'm new to straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey. What's your favorite bourbon?
Okay, first of all, thank God for John Ontario because she agreed. Last night she took a sip of that and she's like, man, have you ever drank rub any alcohol? This is what it tastes like. You people spend way too much money on shit that tastes like gross. It's stuff. Nobody's watching on a Sunday morning. It's gross. I had a Cosmo last night. It was delicious. I don't even like Cosmos, but it was good. because it had a flavor to it. It doesn't burn.
Ask E-Rock, would you eat a dolphin if your dad cooked it?
Absolutely. It'd be delicious.
Darren Gagnon, ask E-Rock, favorite meal, favorite restaurant. Do I know this one?
Well. There's a lot of different things that go into that. Favorite to-go order is Louisiana Lanyard, the fish and papillon with the stuffed potato. Love that as to go. You know why? Because I cut the fish in half and I cut the potato in half right away. So I know I have it twice. Because I don't want to eat the whole thing. Well, I could probably eat the whole thing, but then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so full. So I like to do it twice. So it's like a little portion control, and I know I get it another day. But I like it only to go. I like eating that at my house. Rufino's is our place because that's always our place. There's so many happy memories there. The people love us. I love them. They treat us like royalty there. I mean, our pictures on the wall. We're just kind of like, it at Rufino's. So I love that. What? What?
Oh, keep going.
Over Easter, I had 2 different people text me or email me and be like, hey, I just saw your picture at Rufino's. Like, and nobody said I saw Matt's picture at Rufino's. They said I saw your picture at Rufino's.
Well, they were texting you.
Yeah. Anyway, they didn't mention you though. So, I don't know. I guess Rufino's is my favorite go-to.
Stephen Fry, ask E-Rock, Saints or Joey B?
Well, I love some Joe Burrow. I wish he was a Saint. Why can't we get him? Why isn't he our quarterback? We haven't gone after him yet.
Well, he got drafted by the Bengals.
So? Matthew was somewhere else too. We took him.
He was a free agent, signed with the Saints.
What would it cost for us to get Joe Burrow to be our quarterback?
There's literally no way the Bengals would trade Joe Burrow.
Why?
Because he's
Not enough money?
a great quarterback.
So not enough money in the world for them?
Well, it's not about money. It would be about like capital. You'd have to do players and draft picks and all kind of stuff. And they're just
We could just buy him?
no chances of hitting on a quarterback like that are slim. So
We'll never get him.
No.
Well, that sucks.
Let's see. Joey B19 ask E-Rock, what sports or team does Matt get the most mad about?
Saints. My God, it's awful. I hate the Saints because of that. I hate Saints games. I get stressed out knowing that Saints games are coming on. Ugh. Y'all have no idea what it's like. You have no idea.
You didn't know me when...
The pouting, the sulking, the anger, the throwing things. Like, you're angry. And I'm outing you right now. I'm outing you.
Of course I'm angry.
It's awful. I hate it.
You didn't know
I
me,
want you to
though.
go away to watch Saints games. Never again at home. I think
But
you're
you
not allowed
didn't-
to watch them at home anymore. You gotta go like a cave or something.
You didn't know me before I started covering LSU, though. That was way worse.
Ugh.
That was way worse. When I was in college, way worse. Bengal tiger or shrimp or crawfish?
I like crawfish in thing. I don't like to sit there and do the work. I don't like to get my hands all dirty. So I like cooked. I don't know. When they're cooked, I don't want to peel them. When they're cooked, equal. I don't know. I love them both.
Mary Mathern asked E-Rock, Matt finally broke down and bought you a golf cart?
He did. It's amazing golf cart. It's beautiful. It's blue. It's amazing. It's so fun.
Taz asked E-Rock, what's your favorite Nola traditional food?
What's that?
Like a food from New Orleans.
Oh, I like beignets.
Okay, good. Good answer. Glenn Garner, Brothers Osborne, or Jamie Johnson?
I have no clue who those 2 people are. Basketball players?
I'm guessing they're probably country artists. And
Oh,
you have no
oh,
idea.
wow.
Hold on.
Who? Let's go with Jamie Johnson.
What does Jamie Johnson sing?
Some songs.
Country music. Ask E-Rock, what's your favorite thing to do with Drew?
Right now, it's riding the golf cart. He's so fun.
The nicest fans are hippies. That's probably true.
No, they're all drugged.
But nobody wants to get in a fight.
I don't
It's
like
all
drugs.
just love
I don't
and
like
peace,
drugs.
man.
I don't like drugs. I don't want that either. I don't want
It's just
drugs.
love and peace, man.
Nope, I don't want drugs.
Randall Offrecht, ask E-Rock, do you think every grocery store should have armed security or police now that the store in Buffalo got shot up
I
yesterday?
saw it
Or
yesterday and it
incident?
broke my heart. No, I don't think we can do that. I mean, you're going to have awful, evil people everywhere you go in life. And I don't think that's...
Straight off of living in a free society.
I don't think a security guard would have prevented what happened yesterday. I really don't.
Ask E-Rock, what's the best concert she's ever seen?
Garth Brooks, by far.
D.
Nuts. house.
Ask Rock, when you were little and you cursed on Sunday morning, did you get your mouth washed out with soap?
I didn't. But one time on a Sunday morning, we were going to church, and I was making Pop-Tarts. And when I took them out of the toaster, for some reason, it popped up, and the icing side landed on my hand. I got like 3rd-degree burn. Because I couldn't get the thing off my hand, so that it stuck, like the jelly icing stuff got stuck to my hand. So we had to like peel the Pop-Tart off. My hand, the burns that ensued. I remember just crying and crying. Hurt so bad. I didn't curse, but I wanted to probably.
Okay, neat. Ask Rock, what's your favorite Matt moment doing one of his shows?
I like watching you and Ryan interact, so probably whenever he's on. I don't know if there's a certain moment or not, but I don't like your rants, I don't like your raves, I don't like all your anger. I hate those. I think those are dumb, but...
Greg T, just tuning in, so rewind back to start from the beginning, but any game coin updates, bought the dip again this week. Smart. So game coin updates, actually David Mailer will be in Vegas beginning of June with Demario Davis. Recruiting more NFL players, should have, God, I'm hoping it's end of June, beginning of July, but we're not going to set a date on when platform will be launched, but we are close. Yeah, I mean, with the price of Binance down, I mean, all the crypto's down right now, so with the price of Binance down, it obviously brings our price down too. But it's exciting, man. It's coming. You can see it coming together, which is so fun. So, be patient. Hopefully another month we'll have a really, really good update. But in about 2 weeks, big event out in Vegas. All right. Bengal Tiger, beer or wine?
Me? Oh, well, I mean...
Ask Rock. Raymond, when GameCoin goes to the moon, what's the first thing you will buy? Do you own any GameCoin?
Yeah, what's yours is mine, dude. Remember those little vows we took back in January 2018? No, 2013.
2013? Erica?
2012. Shoot, I'm sorry. 2012. Remember those vows we took? What's yours is mine, dude. So I got a lot of GameCoin, actually. Got a whole lot of GameCoin. So what am I going to buy? I don't know. I know I'm going to buy. Not sure.
Eugene Sutherland, Iraq. Popeyes beignets are pretty good. I'm shocked myself.
Popeyes has beignets?
Apparently so.
What?
It's from Eugene Sutherland.
Huh.
Ray Finkel said Matt doesn't get angry.
They don't live with you. Or drive with you.
Tracy Poole, Rufino is my favorite for special occasions. Many happy memories.
Yes. There's a lot of memories there.
Taz, ask Iraq, has Matt ever sang a Garth Brooks song to you? If so, how did he do?
No, Matt doesn't sing songs to me. He's not a fan of Garth until I made him go to that concert.
I never said I wasn't a fan of Garth. I just didn't want to go to the show.
You're the only human who ever said those words.
It was good. It was really good.
Amazing.
It was good.
It's amazing.
Ask Iraq, how pumped do you get when you see Matt slipping the Man of God headband on?
I don't, because I know my life is about to be miserable. I have to deal with his attitude and his whines and his anger. I hate that headband because I know what's going to happen.
Man of God.
Ugh.
Large dose of
I
irony.
leave them. I go get my nails done. If it's Saints game, I've learned to leave the house.
It's a large dose of irony there too, huh? It's a Man of God headband, and it triggers me to be like.
I know. I wish you would act like God. But you act like me.
All right, last one. Merrick Mathern, ask Rock, where's family vacation this year?
We're going to Destin very soon, a week from Friday. Woohoo!
Yeah, less than 2 weeks away.
Got a lot to go. I need to get a lot of supplies and stuff. Yes. We have a beautiful house in Destin for 7 days. We've never gone for 7 days, but they kind of get you whenever they tell you got to stay for 7 days. So it's not by choice, really. But it'll be nice. And it's the very beginning of the summer, so we'll kick summer off that way because our summer's busy. July is very busy.
Because I had to buy a golf cart and pay for a 7-day vacation, please call head coach.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. My Scone, Ontario. All you need is hard coat. Call Hardco Roofing. 364-1007.
All right. Are we done? You right?
Oh,
I think we're done. Y'all have an awesome day. Go Tigers. Let's get a win today. Let's have a better, happier day. And we'll see you. Peace.